All right, again, this would be part 2 of the first set of conics. And the first set of conics were circles and parabolas. So just really quick recap on the circle. The formula for circles is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, where hk is your center and r is your radius. All right, then and we are here, parabolas. So there's multiple ways to see a parabola's equation written. One is in general form or in quadratic form. And that is if it said like f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And with those, hopefully you remember from algebra 2, but if you wanted to graph these or if you wanted to find information out about these, then we can do a couple of things. We could force it into standard form, which is what we'll do today. Or you could take that and you could find like your vertex doing negative b over 2a. Do you remember that? And then I could plug it back in to get the y. Or you could find your intercepts. So there is information you can find when it's in that form. For conics, we force it into general form or standard form, which means you're putting it into f of x equals a x minus h squared plus k. So what we will do in this section is force it into that, and then we will use our translations to graph. You can still find your vertex from here, but that's one of the things you're going to do. In addition to the vertex and the actual overall shape of the curve, we are also going to add to this the focus. And again, if you remember from algebra 2, the focus lies inside the scoop that is your parabola. And it is a point, it's a coordinate point, so your focus is going to be an x and a y. And then you have something called a directrix, which is a line that runs in the opposite direction. Your parabola cannot pass through your directrix, so I always know that the curve goes away from it. And your directrix is a line, so it will either be an x equals or a y equals. If my parabola goes up or down, it's a y equals because it's horizontal. And if my parabola goes right or left, it's an x equals because it's vertical. The focus and the directrix are the same distance away from the vertex. So the distance here is the same as the distance here. If you remember, that's the p distance. Like in our equation, it's 4p. We find what p is, and we would count in one direction to get the focus and the other to get the directrix. And the last thing on this slide is the axis of symmetry. And the axis runs through the vertex. It would be perpendicular to the directrix. So if in this case my directrix is a y equals equation, then my axis of symmetry is an x equals, and it is x equals h. If it's vertical, okay, it will run through the x coordinate of your vertex. And if it turns on its side, it is it's y equals k. So it's always, depending on which direction your parabola is facing, it will change from x equals to y equals. Examples. All right, so standard form looks like this. The top is if your vertex is not at 0, 0. I would recommend just learning that because it can be tweaked to be if it has 0, 0. All right, so for a parabola that points up or down, my equation is x minus h squared equals 4py minus k. And this would be up if it has a positive 4p and down if it has a negative 4p. And then if the y is squared, it points right or left. Right if it has a positive 4p, left if it has a negative 4p. That's a terrible color. In both cases, p can't be 0 because then you would lose your variable, okay? It shouldn't happen. And the focus lies on the axis p units away from the vertex. So the p is the distance from the vertex to the directrix and the vertex to the focus. If a vertex lies at 0, 0, then the equation just becomes simplified and we would lose the x and the h. But to be honest, as long as you know this part, I would say it is better to know that part and then just plug in a 0, 0 because it'll go away. You can't just memorize the bottom one because then you'll lose the hk. All right, now let's talk about your graphs. Again, like I'm a visual person, so even if it's an equation that's like asking information about the parabola, I tend to draw it. So if this is an x squared with a positive 4p, this is an x squared with a negative 4p. This is a y squared with a positive 4p, and this is a y squared with a negative 4p. In all those cases, I would count p distance either up, down, right, or left, depending on where it's plotted. You have to include the focus, so you will plot the focus, and then go the other way and draw your directrix. You have to draw your directrix. Example 4 says find the standard form of the equation of the parabola with a vertex at the origin and a focus at 0, 4. And again, I draw it out. Like some of you like to do things in your head, and I would say that's where silly mistakes are made. So I would highly recommend you draw it out. It's an approximation. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I know I have a vertex at 0, 0, and I have a focus at 0, 4, which means I'm going up 4. So if my focus is above my vertex, what does the parabola look like? It goes up, okay? Parabola has to go around the focus. Good. If it goes up, what variable is squared? X is squared. And is the 4p positive or negative? Positive 4p. Now I'm going to do my equation. So I can do x minus h squared equals 4p y minus k. And I could just make the h and the k 0. So it would be x squared equals 4. I'm going to come back to the p. Y minus 0 would just be y. P is the distance from the vertex to the focus. How many units away is the focus from the vertex? 4. So our P is 4. I wrote, how I counted it. And I get x squared equals 16y. I would say one of the biggest things people struggle to remember is where the 4p goes. So for me, it helps me to remember that the side that has a squared already has something on the outside of the parentheses. It can't have anything else. So on the side that's squared, I can't have anything on the front of it, which means the other side gets the 4p. That's how I remember where that 4p goes, okay? Obviously, if you're good at memorizing, you just memorize it. But if it gets twisted in your head, that's the difference. It doesn't always have to be on the left. Like, we make a habit of making it on the left, but there's no rule that says that those two sides can't be flipped. The only rule is that the 4p has to be with the term that's not squared, okay? All right, so now go to B, vertex at the origin. Focus at 1, 0. Which direction is my parabola facing? To the right, which means which variable gets squared? The y is squared, positive or negative 4p? Positive 4p. So now I get y minus k squared equals 4p x minus h. My k and h are zeros, so they go away. Y squared equals 4. I'm going to come back and plug in the p times x. How far is the directrix from, is the focus from your vertex? 1 unit. So this is a positive 1, and I get y squared equals 4x. Questions so far? All right. Find the standard form of the equation of the parabola with a vertex at 1, 3. Yep, and a focus at 1, 5. So I got a vertex at 1, 3, and a focus at 1, 5. So which direction is this parabola going? Up. So that tells me it's an x squared and a positive 4p. So I'd get x minus h squared equals 4p y minus k. Be careful and make sure you plug in the right for the h and the k, right? The vertex is your hk, which means the 1 and 3 is your hk. So I get x minus 1 squared equals 4. I'm going to come back and fill in that p. Y minus k, which is 3. How far apart are the vertex and the focus? 2. Good, yeah. So this would be 2.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah. And I get x minus 1 squared equals 8. Y minus 3. No, you leave it just like that. Yep, good question.
Will there ever be a question on like the AP exam or ask you?
This is not on your AP exam. That's an easy answer. Conics are not on your exam. Andrew, you getting all this? You're very excited about that parabola. Not to answer your question too, if it was distributed and it wants it in standard form, I gotta take it out. So if I saw something that was like this, like let's say we solve for an equation, which we'll do in a little bit, I'd have to actually take that 8 out. Because that's standard form. Otherwise your K is not visible, right? Yeah. You're welcome.
So no distributing.
No distributing, correct. So how would this change if my parabola was facing down? What changes? Only the negative, right? This would be a -8. I would make that a -2. Okay, that's it. That's the only difference. Everything else would stay the same. If it was pointing down, there's a negative in front of the 8 on my screen. That 2 that I plugged in, I would have made a -2. And then the answer would have been a -8 instead of a +8. Yeah.
You have apple.
All right, ready? Now we're doing the reverse. And I'm up here. Now I give you the equation, and you got to put it in standard form and then figure out all the things based on it, okay? So first of all, what would you do here first?
You have to put the x squared on one side.
I would get rid of those fractions, right? Make your life easier. So how could I get rid of the fractions? Multiply everything by 2. I could actually multiply everything by -2 so that my x is not my x is positive. You'll bring it back at the end, but you temporarily will get rid of it. So this is -2y equals x squared plus 2x minus 1. So I'm getting rid of it temporarily. It will come back. But at least while I'm working, it's not terrible. You with me so far? Now we got to complete the square. We actually have 2 choices here. One is to keep the -1 on the side with it. The other is to move the -1 now. So I'll show you, I'll talk about like what would happen in both ways. For now, I'm going to keep it on the same side, okay? But at some point it's moving, so that's another option. So then I would group together those first 2 terms. Those are your ax squared and your bx. If there was something on the x squared, so if I had kept that -1/2 there, I could take the -1/2 out, okay? Or you could do what we just did. Get rid of it and bring it back later. Now I'm going to do, so I have -2y equals x squared plus 2x. Leave the space, minus 1. So if I take that 2, I divide it by 2, I get 1. 1 squared is 1, which means I'm adding inside the parentheses 1. And then this is where it would change depending on where that -1 is. If I want to keep it with the constant as it is, if I do it on the same side, if I add, what do I have to do? Subtract. You have to balance. If I had moved the 1 to the other side here, I would have added to both sides. Does that make sense? So up to you how you do it. If you want to move it because you like adding, go for it. But if you're going to keep it all on one side, you got to do 1 positive, 1 negative. Okay.
If you add in the
So like if I moved the 1 to the other side from the beginning, like this one, if I moved that one, right? Now I would have added and added to both sides.
But if you have the 1 back on your side, do you have to subtract 1 from that one, add 1 to the other side, and add 1 to
No, you're balancing the right side of the equation so that you don't need to affect the left. So you either have to do the same thing to both sides, or you have to do the opposite thing to one side.
Okay.
Yep. So if that throws you, then move it. Yeah. Okay, so -2y equals, now I'm going to factor, square root, sign from middle, put it in the parentheses and square it, -2. Is this in standard form?
Yes. No, because you have to move the...
You cannot have anything but the x squared or whatever squared term by itself, right? Which means I have to move the 2. I'm going to add the 2.
So wouldn't it just make more sense to move the...
I said you're going to move it at some point anyway, so it's totally up to you. I just want you to know you can do both ways. I added the 2, right? Is this in standard form? No, because you can't have anything attached to the y. We got to factor it out. So this would be -2y minus 1 equals x plus 1 squared. The sides do not matter. I can switch those. But you cannot have anything in front of the x squared term, or the squared term.
What do we do to the...
And you cannot have anything attached to the other term, to raise to the first term.
What do we do to the 1/2? Don't we divide everything by 2?
Not now. We don't need to. We don't need to. Okay, so tell me what you know about this parabola.
It's facing downwards and parallel to the y-axis.
So the x squared says it's go up or down. The 4p, which is negative, tells you this is facing down. What's your vertex?
Negative 1, 1.
So I know it goes negative 1, 1, and it points down. With me so far? Okay. Now I got to find the vertex and the directrix, right? So how do I know how far to go from my vertex?
You divide negative 2 by 4.
Good. So this negative 2 equals 4p, which means p is negative 1/2. The negative really doesn't impact you because I know the negative was the direction of my curve. So that tells me already which direction I'm going. The 1/2 is what's important. The 1/2 tells me that from this 1, I'm going to go down 1/2, and that's my focus, which would be negative 1, 1/2.
Wait, isn't the vertex negative 1?
Yeah. That's where it's at, right? Yeah, that's where it's at. Negative 1.
But does that axis have it at positive? Wait, oh.
The y is positive. Yeah. It's okay.
My brain thought
That's okay. I do it half the time, so you always make me think I mess up. Yeah. All right. Then the focus or the directrix is up. From here, I go up 1/2, and I put a horizontal line. So up 1/2 from 1 is 1 and 1/2, and because it's horizontal, it's y equals 1 and 1/2, or y equals 3/2. You could write either one.
Can we write it in decimal?
Sure, if it terminates. So if it's 1.5, that's fine. Yeah. So a lot of things in one question, right? You're completing the square, you're putting it into standard form, and then you're identifying all the parts of it. Questions? Okay, last one. Find the vertex, focus, and directrix of the parabola. So I want you to complete the square. Try it. Do it by yourself, and then I'll pick up there. So I did the complete the square part already, right? So I bumped the 4x to the other side. And then you get negative 8, negative 8. We ignore the sign because we're going to square it. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 squared is 16. I add 16 to both sides. And I get y squared minus 8y plus 16 equals negative 4x plus 4. So I know already that it's a y squared, which I knew from the beginning. Like, obviously, that's something you know from the beginning. But you don't necessarily, you know it's going right or left from the beginning, but you don't know which one. You cannot leave the negative 4 attached to the x, so we factor it out, which changes the x coordinate of your vertex. So now I know, because it's y squared and a negative 4p, this is going to point to the left, okay? I know my vertex is 1, 4, so I'm going to the right one, up 4, and I'm going to point it left. My 4p, and I don't need to worry about the sign, but 4p equals 4, and p equals 1. That 1 is to the left, 1 for the focus. So my focus is 0, 4. And it is to the right 1 for my directrix, which is a line, has to be an x equals, and it's to the right 1, which means it is 2. Questions?